Good morning. Now, I know I said I was going to do it every day, and yesterday I didn't because for a very special reason. My son's writing. Yesterday we got the email, and Byung managed to go and pick up his first ever paycheck for doing the film shooting back in October. And if you know anything about Emirati money, it was almost 1,000 dirhams for, it was 925 dirhams for the fitting and for the day of acting and of cast, it was extra work, it wasn't acting. And we got to go and pick it up yesterday, and honestly we had no expectations. We went to the casting without any expectations, we went to the fitting without expectations, he went to the shoot without expectations, and definitely didn't expect him to get paid. And when they got the email about going to get paid, we didn't expect it to be anything, it could have been 50 dirhams and the boy didn't care. As long as he got paper money, that's all he wanted. Anyway, the story of it is that back in August, my little boy, he had his birthday and he wanted from his grandparents, from my parents, the Lego space shuttle, and it was he got that, and then he put it together, and then he decided he wanted to complete the set, and he got the space shuttle that opens, but it turns out that that's the smaller one, but he wanted to be able to put the satellite in it. And then he decided that he wanted to have the big space shuttle, and true to where we are in our journey right now, it was like, oh, that's great, thanks for sharing that with us. And but it doesn't have to be. If it's right for you, it's really going to be interesting to see how it shows up in your life, right? But it doesn't have to be from us. It could be from Santa or Sinterklaas, or it could be from a gift, or it could be some other way. You just don't know. But if you just have to see how it shows up in your life. And then at the end of the month, we got the call for the casting, and we went. And it turns out that when he got that money, he went ahead and he went and bought that Lego that he wanted. And it was just so astounding to see, how we've been as parents is honoured him as a person, and it's really honoured his energy and his way of doing things. I mean, we could have said to him, you're not allowed to choose what you do with your money. We could have taken it off of him, and we could have said you're going to put it in savings. But it's like, well, he's also got another system. We do a system where they have to do their daily tasks, and they get 50 fils, which is half a dirham, which is half of 25 euro cents. It's like 10 pence a job, or 5 pence a job. It's really very, very small amounts, but they build it up, and that's what they get to do things like their school bake sales with. So, he has that sense of responsibility, and we're building that up. But it's like, well, if this is his way of doing things, if he's going to say, that's what I'm going to go for, and that's how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to get it myself, I'm all for encouraging that. And I remember when I was little, I was brought up with a lot of fun, and I need fun as a person. I need it to be fun, happy, light, bright, bubbly, and like my mum would always make it fun for us, and my dad as well in his own way. Both of them do it in their own way, and I do as well. But fun is really important to me, and I know that sometimes it was difficult. Like, they would be tired. We're all tired, and as parents, but I needed that fun, and just like my brother needed the silence and the still, and he needed to be able to be by himself. And my parents honoured that in us as well. They honoured our individuality and our person, and I really love that I get to pass that on to my children. So yesterday we were truly basking in the greatness of who our son is, and recently we've had a bit of a doubt about whether or not we're doing the right things by him, and about whether or not we're hurting him and trying to stifle him. But at those moments when I see that, okay, in the home, we're trying to build a considerate person who is kind and caring and loving towards other people and towards himself, but then to see him interacting with the world at large and then just going after what he wants, is like, oh, okay, we're doing the right thing. And it's not that I needed that reassurance, but I guess I did. But it was just amazing to watch, and I got to be part of it, and that makes me really feel like I need to keep doing this. I need to keep telling you guys what's going on in my life. I need to keep passing on my message. I need to keep my freedom. I need to keep my health. I need to keep my love. I need to keep my happiness, and I need to keep my wealth, because it's too important. I mean, yesterday while I was out with Bjorn, a whole kind of crazy stuff went on in my house. I mean, Hein went in the sea with the little one with his mobile in his pocket. So that's been now in a bag of rice. And the door to our fridge fell off. I mean, come on. Weird stuff is happening. So it's, I've got this bit of funky hair that I don't like. And so, I mean, we can say, you can focus on the bad and say, oh yeah, bad stuff is happening, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I could do that. I could focus on the bad. We could all focus on the bad, but that isn't part of who I am. I'm somebody who has to focus on the learning element and the positive. And instead of saying bad, 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 no, it's a learning moment, and then focus on the positive. So yesterday was a learning moment of, yeah, it's a fridge. At least it's not a person who's had something bad happen to them, and now we can move on from that, and it's really awesome. And just to see my son, it just, so honor who you are, honor your nature. If you're somebody who goes after something, go after it. If you're somebody who slowly builds up with small increments of work, and you have to work on it something every day to save it up, do that. If you're somebody who gets a bright idea and just has to dance off on it, do it. If you're somebody who has to perfect a move so that you make it so perfect that it feels as if it's the right thing to do it. Do whatever you need to honor yourself. And that is part of loving yourself, to honor your nature, who you are. Not the stereotype, not what society has told us before. I have my in-laws here right now, and I see what society in the past has done to people, and it hasn't honored people's nature. You can see under it all their nature is there, but there are so many things put on top where you have to. And I don't think that that's necessary anymore. We don't need to do that anymore. And more importantly, our small kids from now, they won't allow us to. They are true to their nature, and we just have to learn from them. Really, we do. And learn from everything and just keep going. Keep going. Anyway, much love.